Welcome back to That Pilates Nurse. Today's class is a 15-minute series focusing on improving our mobility and flexibility. This is the perfect combination for sore muscles and after challenging your body with some difficult Pilates classes. So when you're ready, find a comfortable space, roll out that mat, and get ready to move with me. We are going to start with some shoulder mobility exercises, bringing our arms into a goalpost position and simply rotating our arms down at the elbow joint and returning them back up. Our shoulder joints consist of so many muscles, ligaments, and tendons. These exercises help to strengthen and stretch all of the little bits and pieces that make up our shoulders. Next, we are going to bring our goalpost arms in towards our chest and return them back out. As a reminder, it's absolutely okay to feel the burn as we work on our mobility and our flexibility. This is part of the strengthening process. These exercises also help to bring blood flow to this area and ensure we have the appropriate range of motion needed to complete our beloved Pilates workouts, but also our day-to-day activities. Our shoulders are a crucial part in our Pilates practice as they get used in every plank, bear hold, and so many other exercises. Moving on to another movement for our shoulders here, I'm going to turn around so you can visualize the positioning. Bring one arm directly over your shoulder with your elbow to the sky as if you're stretching your tricep, reaching your hand as far down your shoulder blade as it will reach. With your other hand, reach backwards behind your back, trying to touch both hands in the center of your back. It's absolutely okay if your hands do not touch. Go as far as you can where you feel a nice stretch, but don't push yourself. This movement will improve with time. Next, we are going to work on our wrists. Coming onto our hands and knees, start with your fingertips facing towards your knees, really stretching out the wrists and insides of your forearms. And now bringing your fingers out to reach the outside of the mat in opposite directions. You can kind of play around with these movements, walking your wrists out and spending more time where it feels good for you. You can place some pressure onto the top of your hands now. Your wrists are also a major working joint in our Pilates classes that we must protect and strengthen. They also are commonly overworked in scenarios where we type and text, creating a risk for carpal tunnel syndrome. You can sit back on your heels now, and we're going to roll those wrists out. Pick one direction to start and stick with that. And now switching directions. We are going to come back on our hands and knees now, beginning with our right arm, bring it high into the sky, and threading our right arm in front of our knees and bringing that shoulder to the ground. Hold in this position for a moment. And then bring your arm back up to the sky to reset. And bringing it back down to the mat. This move helps to relieve tension in our shoulders, back, and neck. If you're someone like me, that upper back is somewhere we often carry stress. So this exercise should feel really good as you relieve some of that tension. Now returning back to that neutral position, we're going to do some large arm circles, bringing our arm forward and around to the back and back around. Your shoulders should be feeling really warm and loose by this point. And now switching to the other side, beginning with bringing our left arm high to the sky and threading our shoulder down onto the mat in front of our knees. And bringing it back up to the sky and returning to the mat as feels comfortable for you. Moving into those arm circles, bringing our left arm forward, high into the sky, backwards, and back to the starting position. While we are still on our hands and knees, let's move into some cat-cows. You guys know how much I love my cat-cows. Dropping your hips down, bringing your tailbone up, and bringing your gaze to the sky, entering into a cow position. And now drawing your tailbone and lower abdominals in, bringing that back into a pike position, and looking down at your belly as you enter into a cat position. Continue through this sequence as feels comfortable for you, taking your time with each of these moves. As nurses, we often complain of lower back pain from moving patients and long periods of standing. This move has helped me significantly with that one-sided sciatic-related low back pain. Now we are going to add some hip circles in, starting to warm up our hip joints. Come high onto your knees, bringing your left leg out long with the arch of your foot pressed against the mat. And we are going to work on opening up that hip joint on the left side. Place your hands on your hips and begin to sit back onto your right foot in a low kneeling position. When you reach the mat, draw that left foot up so your toes face the sky, and bring your arch back down to meet the mat, and returning to a high kneeling position. The internal and external rotation of the foot here helps to strengthen our hip flexors located on the front of our hips, which can commonly give us issues. now coming all the way down onto our glutes, bring your right knee in tight to your body and hold on to it while sending your left leg out long. And begin to lift and lower that leg off of the mat. This is also working to strengthen our hip flexors. And a little fun fact while we're working here, there are 5 muscles that make up our hip flexors, one of those being the sartorius muscle. Most people know that the femur is the longest bone in the body, and our sartorius is the longest muscle in our body, which spans to both the hip and the knee joint. Now coming back onto our knees, draw that right leg out long with the arch of your foot against the mat, and begin to sit on that left foot. Now rotating our right toes high to the sky and bringing them back to the mat and coming up on our left knee. Again, coming back onto our glutes, drawing that left knee into our chest with our right leg out long, and begin lifting and lowering that right leg off of the mat. Bending your right knee in to meet your left. Cross your left leg over your right knee and feel that stretch in your glutes and your hamstrings. You can always push your left knee down slightly if that feels good for you for a deeper stretch. And now sending your bottom leg out long and planting your left foot to the outside of that leg. And now twist your spine, looking over your left shoulder. You can place your elbow on the outside of your left knee to plant in your twist. And now drawing your left knee in, placing your bent right knee over your left thigh for that right-sided glute and hamstring stretch. And bringing your left leg out long, let your right knee fall over the outside of your bottom leg and twist your spine, planting your left elbow against the outside of your right knee. For our final moves of this mobility and flexibility series, we're going to stretch out our neck, coming into a seated position on our glutes. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder and bring your left hand to the right side of your head, very slowly and carefully applying pressure onto your head to deepen the stretch. We are going to switch sides, dropping our right ear to our right shoulder and placing our right hand on the left side of our head now, very carefully applying pressure. We are going to finish with a couple of head rolls, choosing one direction to start. And now reversing it. Thank you so much for joining me in this mobility and flexibility class. I hope you enjoyed the little change of pace for this class. I'm that Pilates nurse, and thank you so much for watching.